Todd, you said it in the pregame. Chargers got off to a slow start against Polk County. We can't do that here.
Nope. Meigs County controls the opening tip. Brantley Baker with it. Drives the lane, dishes it off to Newman. And he scores. I thought he was fouled, didn't call it.
I believe he was fouled twice.
So easy first bucket for Meigs County. They're on top 2-0.
I hope we have some excitement in this game. That first game is a little dull.
So Ledford with it out front. Over it goes right side to James Thacker. Into Mike Thacker. The cutter was there. They didn't make the pass. Now over it goes to Garrett King. Open for three. It's no good. Long rebound. Chased down by Aaron Swafford. He gives it up to Brantley Baker, who'll bring it into front court. Baker spots up for a three. That one's no good. Newman with the offensive board. Put back no good. Battling for the loose basketball. Newman with another offensive board. That shot's no good, and Mike Thacker finally clears it. James Thacker drives, underhand shot for 2. So we're tied at 2. Seven minutes to go in the first quarter. Swafford over goes to Baker right side. Baker drives down the left side of the lane, cut off a pick from Newman, lays it in.
Way too easy. What happened to our defense? Todd, did Swafford play against us in the first meeting?
He did. Mike Thacker missed a 15-footer badly. Jump ball underneath. It'll be Charger basketball. .6:30 to go in the first quarter. Central down 4-2. Been back-to-back. Three-pointer in the corner for James Thacker, no good. Davis pulls down the backside rebound.
Good job by Mack by not getting a foul there.
Up ahead it goes to Swafford, the left elbow, kicks it out front to Baker. Baker down the lane, back out to Swafford. Swafford will drive, give it back to Baker. Baker goes baseline, he's fouled. We're going to say it was on the floor, so that's going to be on Jordan Ledford, his first, team first. Tigers will inbound beneath their bucket. 4-2, Tigers on top, 6:13 to go in the first quarter. Lob it in Newman. Newman, fade away. Missed it. Air ball, backside rebound, Garrett King. So King with the board. And then in the front court, James Thacker pulls up for three. That one's short. Long rebound out front to Anderson. He'll give it up to Baker, and Baker will enter through the center circle. 5:55 to go in the first. Meigs County up 4-2. Baker drives. Baker goes baseline. Shot was deflected, had to be. And Garrett King pulls down the rebound.
Ledford get the block.
Ledford got the block. And then Ledford with it right wing. Ledford drives off the glass for 2.
Good move, Jordan.
We're tied at 4. Tit for tat so far. Anderson with it out front and gives it up. Oh, knocked away by Ledford. Can he save it? He can't save it.
Good.
I don't know how he got his hand in there.
I don't either. Great hustle, though.
So Swafford will inbound from backcourt. Gives it in to Baker. Into the ball game for Meigs County is Cole Owens, a freshman. Over it goes to Owens right side. Owens up top to Swafford. There's Newman. Left side of the lane, out front it comes to Owens, gives it up to Baker. Baker drives. Baker off the glass, rattles out, no good. Jordan Ledford with the rebound.
Where have we seen them rattle
to
out
James
before?
Thacker. Thacker down the lane. And that was blocked from behind by Newman, I guess. Ledford gets it in. Farrar open from 3. That one's off the back of the rim, no good. Mac Thacker, nope, can't control it. Davis comes out with it. Mac almost had the offensive board. Quickly the other end. Thacker going to be whistled for the foul as Swafford got behind the defense. Thacker went for the blocked shot, instead fouled Swafford, and Swafford will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be first foul on Mac, second team foul. So first trip to the line for either squad comes with 4:42 to go in the first. We're tied at 4. Swafford's first free throw is good. Second free throw for Swafford. Made them both. 2 for Swafford. Meigs County leads at 6-4. Ledford with it left wing. Ledford gives it back out front to James Thacker. Over it goes right side Farrar, back over to James. Left wing Ledford. Left elbow King. King down the lane, shot no good. Newman pulls down the rebound. 3 boards for Newman here in the early going. And a block shot.
I played against his daddy, Todd.
Out front, Swafford. Lobbed it down low, deflected out. Davis picks it up and drains the 3. Or was it a 2? It must have been a 2.
No, they gave him a 3.
They gave him a 3.
They gave him a 3. I thought it was.
James Thacker's 3 no good. Ledford with the offensive board. Ledford puts it back.
Good job.
4 points for Jordan Ledford. Central down 9-6. James Thacker steals it. To Ledford, the trailer. Shot blocked by Baker. A lot of blocked shots so far in this game. Baker quickly the other way. 9-6, Meigs County leads it. Baker gives it off to Davis. Air ball, backside rebound, James Thacker. Up ahead to Farrar for 2. So Thacker James with the assist. Farrar with his first bucket. Chargers pull within 1 at 9-8. Brantley Baker with the basketball out front. To Newman. Newman going to try to drive. Newman, the runner on the baseline, no good.
By Mack.
Whistle, and it's going to be a foul on Newman. Going for the loose ball. His first, team's first.
Is Baker from Meigs County a senior?
Yes.
Seems like he's been over here forever.
Darius Carden going to check in for Jordan Ledford with 2:59 to go in the first quarter. Tigers lead the Chargers 9-8. And all the Central students have dispersed, I guess, or I don't know whether they're spread out. So James Thacker to Darius Carden, left wing back out front. James swings it right side for Farrar, long 3.
Oh, my goodness.
That one's short. He gets his own rebound.
Long being the key word.
Gives it over to Garrett King. King shot blocked out of bounds by Newman. Apparently you can go through someone's arm tonight to block a shot. The Carden gives it in to James Thacker. Baseline 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Newman. Oh! And a whistle. And they're going to call a foul, offensive foul on Swafford on the pass. The collision with Garrett King, and they call a foul on Swafford. His first, team second. 9-8. Meigs County on top. Chargers with the basketball. 2:30 to go in the first quarter. James Thacker gives it to the free throw line to Matt. Kicks it back out to Darius Carden. 3-pointer left side for Farrar. That's an air ball. Davis with the backside rebound. Killing us on the glass in the early going.
Yeah, they are.
Baker with it out front. Baker feeds it down low. Newman for 2. That was too easy. 4 points for Newman. It's an 11-8 lead for Meigs County. Mac Thacker thought about the 3. Instead gives a shot. Turns it over. Bad pass to James. Aaron Swafford with a steal. And he traveled with the basketball. Slipped or something in the lane. And James Thacker going to push it in the front court. James down the lane. Floater is good. 4 points for James Thacker. Chargers are back within 1, 11-10. 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Swafford with it right side. Swafford picks up his dribble. To Davis in the corner. To Brantley Baker cutting to the glass for 2.
Just way too easy.
4 for Brantley Baker. It's 13-10. Tigers on top with 1:21 to go in the first quarter. James Thacker over to Darius Carden. Back out front to James Thacker. Checks it with Farrar. Now back over to Farrar right wing. Right elbow Mack. Turns. Shot blocked by Caleb Newman. That's 3 blocks. Then he throws it away.
We got a break there.
Owens was cutting up court. Newman threw it away.
I believe if we give Newman a pump fake, he'll jump out of his shoes and we can go around him. He's jumping on everything now.
3 block shots in the first quarter for Newman of Meigs County. Central trails 13-10, under a minute to go in the first. Long 3 for James Thacker. That one's no good. And it's knocked out of bounds by Anderson. Will be Charger basketball. Ledford out front to Darius Carden. Over to James Thacker. Back to Carden. Carden swings it right side to Mac Thacker. Back to Carden. Carden baseline to Murphy. Murphy to the trailing Ledford for 2. Jordan Ledford with 6 points. Chargers back within 1 at 13-12. Baker out front. Baker gives it off right wing to Anderson. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Davis over to Anderson right wing. Skips it back over to Davis. Davis going to drive. Davis kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson down the left side of the lane, off the glass, misses. Mac Thacker pulls down the rebound. Ledford brings it into front court over to James Thacker. Three-pointer at the buzzer, no good. And at the end of 1, Meigs County 13, Chargers 12 on 99.5 FM.
I don't know if Walker Valley beat us that much, but no, I don't think nobody's beat, not by 20.
This team here back when they were in our district. Meigs County basketball as we begin the second quarter. They shortchanged us on that one. They started it before the minute was up. I don't understand what the deal is with that. Baker on the left side feeds it down low to Newman for 2. Assist for Baker. 6 points for Newman. It's 15-12, Meigs County. Ledford with it left wing for the Chargers. Ledford going to kick it out to Darius Carden. Carden floater along the baseline. That's no good. Anderson pulls down the rebound.
He rushed the shot, Todd. Wide open shot, just rushed it.
Three-pointer Baker out front, no good. Long rebound chased down by Anderson. Anderson going to drive off the glass, bricked it. But Caleb Newman gets the rebound out front. Newman
is killing us.
And they're going to call a blocking foul on Ledford.
I was going to say Newman's killing us on the boards, then he's out of control on that play, and we get the foul.
So Ledford, we're going to say slid underneath Newman. That'll be his second. Team's third of the half. And Baker will inbound from the baseline for Meigs County. Out front, into backcourt it goes to Ledford. He finally chases it down and gives it back up to Brantley Baker. 6:59 to go in the half. Meigs County up 3. Three-pointer Anderson, left side, drained it.
From way downtown.
It's 18-12 Meigs County. 6:43 to go in the half. Ledford goes baseline. He's fouled. They don't give it to Brantley Baker. They give it to Caleb Newman. That's his second, team's third. So Garrett King back in there. In it comes to Isaiah Farrar. Out front to Garrett King. King back in the corner to Farrar. Feeds it in to Mac Thacker. Now Farrar with it left wing. Farrar, right side. James Thacker open from 3. That one's no good. And it hits the basket. Support above, and it'll go over to Meigs County. Meigs County scored the first 5 points of the second quarter. They lead at 18-12. 6:20 to go in the half. Baker with it out front, works off a pick. Now drives the lane. Shot off the glass, rattles out, no good. And the offensive rebound's blocked out of there. Now Darius Carden comes out with it. Eli Boshears in there for Meigs County. Three-pointer Mac Thacker, no good. Brantley Baker with the rebound. Baker pulls up, jumper, bottom. 6 for Brantley Baker. It's an 8-point lead for the Tigers. Into the corner, Farrar for 3. That one's no good. And a foul over the back on Garrett King.
That's 3 straight possessions. The Chargers have made 1 pass and took a 3.
And we have timeout on the floor. Doug Armstrong wants to talk about it. 20-12, Meigs County on top, 5:39 to go in the half. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 99.5 FM.
Know the score.
Meigs County basketball, they lead by 8 with 5:39 to go in the half. Now Cameron Huckabee with the basketball. Gives it up back up to Brantley Baker. Baker dribbles over right side. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass out front to Huckabee. Now to Anderson left side. Anderson to Baker out near the center, the timeline. Now drives right wing, cut off. Now goes to the baseline, feeds it off. Eli Boshears throws it in the first row. So turnover for Eli Boshears. And Central gets the ball back down 8. They've yet to score here in the second quarter. They've had periods this year where they go on offensive droughts. They've done that right now in the first half.
Yes, they have. Last game is the first quarter, tonight's the second.
And Mac Thacker turns it over, stolen by Brantley Baker. Miscommunication on offense there. Baker spins in the lane, drains the jumper. 8 for Baker, it's 22-12 Meigs County.
We can't hit and Baker can't miss.
Coming out of the timeout.
Meigs is laying back in that 2-3 zone, begging us to shoot from outside.
James Thacker drives, shot is left short. Boshears pulls down the rebound. Eli, that is. Brantley Baker with it out front, and Brantley threw it away. Made a bad pass, tried to hit Cameron Huckabee along the baseline, led him too far.
He had the right idea, just a bad pass. It was there.
So Central down 10 with 4:17 to go in the half. James Thacker drives. And there's a foul, I believe it's going to be on the floor. On Cameron Huckabee, his first, team fourth. So Central will inbound from the baseline. Lob it into Mike Thacker. Thacker with it. Kicks it out to Darius Carden in the corner. Three-pointer, that's no good. Tipped around out front. Cole Owens with a rebound, and Owens throws it away. James Thacker steals it. James Thacker. Pass goes through Garrett King to Farrar. He hits the trailing Mac Thacker. Mac's going to try to drive. Shot is up. No good. He's fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Eli Boshears, his first. 5th team foul against the Tigers. So Mac Thacker will step to the free throw line. First free throws of the night for the Chargers.
Boshears 15. Is he on the football team?
Yes, I think so. There's some moisture on the floor on that end as well. Brantley Baker doing his custodial duties with his feet in a towel.
And these kids still haven't realized that you can't throw a towel no further than 5 feet.
So Mike Thacker at the line for 2 for the Chargers. First one's on its way, and it's good. First point of the second quarter is a free throw with 3:53 left in the quarter.
And that was our first free throw of the half?
Yes. And Thacker makes them both. He has 2 points. Checking into the ball game, Jack Murphy. Thacker will go to the sideline. Mac, that is. Looks like I thought James Thacker was going to face guard Brantley Baker, but he peeled off. Now Brantley Baker takes the pass, drives the lane, misses the shot. Jack Murphy gets the rebound. Ledford's going to bring it in the front court right side. Ledford going to drive. Bounce pass.
Oh.
Garrett King didn't handle it. Goes out of bounds over to Meigs County. (22-14) Meigs County lead. They have the ball. 3:30 to go in the half. Hands it off to Owens. Now Huckabee with it. Huckabee tried to feed it down low to Fritz, and it's tipped out of bounds, and Meigs County's going to keep it. Jack Murphy poked it out. So Meigs will inbound it with 3:17 to go in the half. And we have a whistle.
What we got over here?
I'm not sure what the deal is.
I believe
Oh, he's tying his shoes.
number 0 for Meigs County had tied his shoe.
So Huckabee takes gets the inbound into Baker. Baker drives off the glass. That one's no good. Jack Murphy clears the rebound. Up ahead it goes to Farrar. Farrar down the lane, kicks it out Ledford. Ledford fakes, Ledford in the paint. His runner is no good, gets his own board, and he's fouled by Fritz. That'll be his first, team's 5th on the floor. Actually, team's 6th. Foul's on the floor, so Ledford's going to inbound from the baseline. Chargers down 8. Out front it comes to Garrett King. Over to James Thacker. Thacker fouled by Anderson. Anderson pushed him. That'll put James to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Thank you very much.
You know, Todd, the fact that we're down by 8 is a miracle and a blessing in itself. Now we can crawl back in it with these free throws.
So James at the line for 1. And he missed it. Anderson with a rebound, his 4th of the half. Baker to Huckabee. Over it goes right wing to Anderson. Anderson top of the circle. Anderson still with the ball in the paint. Stops, kicks it out. Owens for 3. That one's no good. Backside rebound. It's finally controlled by Ledford. And now James Thacker with the basketball. Thacker into the corner to Farrar. Left wing, James Thacker. He'll drive. Feeds it off to Garrett King. King traveled. Nope, they called a foul on the floor.
Foul on the floor.
Whopped off a bucket. They'll hate that. Foul's going to be on, I believe. Was that on Fritz or Brantley Baker?
I believe it was on Fritz.
It was 21, not 2. So 8th team foul. Nope, they called it on Baker.
They called it on Baker.
All right, Baker's first. Team's 8th. And King hits the free throw.
He signaled with both hands like it was 21.
Yep, that's what I thought. So King gets the front end of the 1-and-1. King's second free throw. And they're going to call
Colin Ledford with a foul. Bucket counts, though.
Count the bucket. So they counted the bucket, then they said there was a foul on 23 on the rebound, I guess.
Jordan got tangled up with whoever's trying to box him out.
That's his 3rd foul. Team's 5th. He's our leading scorer in the first half with 6 points. Central trails 22-16. They trailed 22-12. They've hit 4 free throws to get back within 6. Baker, whistle. Offensive foul on Davis.
Moving screen.
His first, team's 9th. The Chargers will be in double bonus the rest of the half. The last minute 50 of the half. Over it goes left wing, Farrar for 3. Bottom! James Thacker to Isaiah Farrar for 3. And the Chargers are back within 3. Farrar with 5. Brantley Baker over to Swafford. To Owens. Back to Brantley Baker. Now Huckabee with it left wing. To Owens. Owens picks up his dribble. Carden went for the steal. Swafford kicks it in the corner to Huckabee. Now Brantley Baker loses his balance, but picking up the loose basketball is Swafford. His shot's an air ball, and Darius Carden pulls down the rebound. Up ahead it goes to Farrar. James Thacker for 3. Bottom! And we're tied at 22. A 10-0 run for the Chargers. 7 points for James Thacker. Baker out front. Over it goes to Swafford. Swafford drives, kicks it back out front. Baker off the glass. Scores! No! Oh! They said he pushed off on Jack Murphy. Murphy apparently jumped straight up, and they called the offensive foul and whopped off the bucket against Baker. That's his second.
By rule, Murphy was straight up, but I can't believe we got that call.
It's never called.
It's never called.
So Farrar with it right wing, tied at 22. Long 3 for Thacker, trained more from midcourt.
He shot that from Evansville.
Not really midcourt, but it was a long way out. 10 points for James Thacker. Central leads it by 3. It's a 13-0 run.
If we could just avoid those lulls we go into.
Well, they're capable of putting up 25 a quarter.
Yeah, quick. They're also capable of putting up 2 a quarter.
And I've seen it over the Christmas break. You didn't want to be there. Actually, they put up 6 one quarter and 4 the next.
Glad I wasn't.
Out front, almost a steal. Did they call another offensive foul or
called a reach in on Central?
Okay, reach in on Farrar. His first, team 6th. 1.8 seconds to go. Swafford gets it in to Baker, of all people. 3-pointer at the buzzer, no good. Halftime score, Chargers 25, Meigs County 22. Central closes out the half on a 13-0 run. You're listening to Central High School basketball on 99.5 FM. We'll take a break. Come back with our Meet the Charger halftime segment. Charger basketball as we begin the second half. They lead 25-22, scoring the final 13 points in the first half to take that lead.
Let's get off to a fast start this time, Todd, and stay away from the dry spells.
It'd be nice. The dry spells are scary. Carden with it out front. Over it goes to James Thacker. Thacker kicks it off Garrett King left side, back out front to James. Now Isaiah Farrar, free throw line to Mike Thacker. Bad pass to Darius Carden's feet, and it goes out of bounds. That pass was too low.
Yeah, that's a bad pass. And he had a shot if he turned. He's 10-5 from the goal, wide open.
So ball goes out of bounds, and it's over to Meigs County. Chargers turn it over on their opening possession of the half. And then Brantley Baker airmailed one trying to get it to Caleb Newman. Cheerleader almost made a good catch out of bounds, so they go back over to the Chargers. So a couple of senior players for each squad who are very influential players have committed turnovers to start the half. In it comes to Mike Thacker. Back out Isaiah Farrar for 3. That one's no good. Farrar 1 for 5 from 3, but he gets the steal.
Somebody needs to tell Mac to turn around. There's nobody guarding him. He's 10-5 from the goal, wide open.
Mike Thacker puts up the 15-footer. It's no good. Brantley Baker pulls down the rebound. And then Brantley Baker drains the jumper on the other end.
It's like nobody wanted to guard him.
10 for Baker. My pen has died. Not good. James Thacker over to Darius Carden. Farrar. Into the corner it goes to James Thacker. He pulls up right side of the lane. Shot no good. Baker pulls down the rebound. And then Mike Thacker scores on the other end.
Actually, that was Newman that scored for Meigs County.
I'm saying Newman scored on the other end over Mike Thacker. I'm trying to find a pen, folks.
On a good pass from Baker. Does anybody have an ink pen?
So up it goes to Darius Carden.
Tim Trotter with the ink pen.
Carden. Nothing in the corner to Farrar.
Thank you, Tim Trotter.
Off it goes over to James Thacker. Left side over to Farrar. Into the corner to Carden. Back to Farrar on the right wing. Back to Carden in the corner. Now Farrar feeds it in to Mike Thacker.
Turn around, Mike.
Turns. The ball. Shot is up. It's blocked by Caleb Newman. Had to be a foul there. And so Meigs County comes out there with the basketball. I found a pen if anybody's wondering. Tim Trotter provided the pen for his cousin. And then Caleb Newman throws it right away into the hands of James Thacker. And then a foul on the left side is going to be called on Anderson. That'll be his second, team's first of the half. First on either team this half. So Meigs County opens up the second half, the first 4 points, and they lead by 1.
We both get to claim family ties to Tim.
We do. Me on the Bivens and you on the Trotter. Bivens via Creasman, actually. Mike Thacker drives off the glass for 2.
Hey, what a concept, Mac. Get the ball and go score.
4 for Mac. And Central regains the lead at 27-26. Baker with a step back. That one bricks. Rebound pulled down by Mike Thacker.
He's trying to do his best James Harden there.
James Thacker to the right side to Farrar. Carden back over to Farrar. Back to Carden. James Thacker, top of the key. Thacker to Carden for 3. No good. Newman pulls down the rebound. 6th board of the night for Newman. Baker gets it over right side to Anderson. 27-26, Chargers on top. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Tigers with the basketball. Swafford throws it away. 4th turnover of the night for Swafford. Farrar takes it the other way for the 2. 7 for Farrar. Central leads it by 3, 29-26. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back in 60 seconds as Chargers lead Meigs by 3 on 99.5 FM. Chargers lead Meigs County 29-26, 4:23 to go in the third quarter. Central trail 22-12. Midway of the third quarter, of the second quarter. Now lead 29-26. Almost another steal as Swafford made a lazy pass over to Brantley Baker out front. James Thacker stepped in the passing lane and tipped it out of bounds.
One thing's for certain, Swafford don't throw a basketball like he does a football.
No, not tonight he doesn't. Swafford drives. They're going to call a foul on the floor against the Chargers. Darius Carden, that'll be his first, team's first of the half. Yeah, Swafford struggled a little bit tonight with turnovers for Meigs County. Baker gets it in to Davis. Missed the shot. Garrett King clears the rebound.
Good defense by Garrett and good job on the rebound.
James Thacker in front court. Chargers up 3 with the basketball. Farrar with it left wing. Short corner, Garrett King cut off. Kicks it out front to Carden, over to Farrar. Back over to Carden, open from 3. Bottom!
Good job, Darius.
Farrar to Carden for 3. Central's up 6.
All right, Ty, we're having one of our magical runs. I hope I don't jinx us, but let's hope the dry spell don't come.
So Baker. We saw a blocking foul on Carden.
It was.
His second, team second. 32-26. Central on top of Meigs County. Meigs County with the basketball. Anderson with it on the right wing. Anderson to Davis. Davis double team. Ball knocked away, but Anderson comes out with it. Now Newman out front will hand it off to Brantley Baker. Baker going to drive. He's cut off. Lobs it down low, hits the bottom of the backboard. Bad pass by Baker. It's twice Baker's turned it over, trying to force it down low to Newman with a couple of bad passes.
Chargers could really take advantage of this.
Farrar, three-pointer. That one's no good. Bounces high, almost went in, and then Newman knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Charger basketball.
I thought it was coming back down.
I mean, it bounced high and still got rim. Carden gets it into corner to Thacker. Good little matchup, Thacker on Baker.
Go up,
Work
Garrett.
down low to Garrett King for 2. Nice pass, James Thacker to Garrett King. 4 points for Garrett. Central leads at 34-26. Newman goes baseline and scores. Baker to Newman. Newman with 10, that stops the Charger run. Farrar open from 3. That one's no good. Farrar not hot tonight. And over the back against the Chargers, I believe it's going to be on Garrett King. King's second, team's third.
Hopefully Isaiah will find a stroke.
Yes, Farrar's drained 1 3 tonight, but he's missed about 5 or 6.
Was that foul on Garrett?
It was on Garrett. That's his second, team's third. Carden and Garrett King both were going up for the rebound. So Jack Murphy checks back in, as does Jordan Ledford. Ledford 6 points in the first half. Central up 6, 2:21 to go in the third. Brantley Baker gives it off to Newman. Free throw line extended left side. Takes one dribble left, pulls up for the jumper, misses. Backside rebound, Jordan Ledford. Ledford going to push it into front court. Ledford picked up by Swafford, goes by Swafford. Gives it up to Mac Thacker along the baseline. Thacker going to back his way in, off to Jack Murphy. Out front it comes to Jordan Ledford. Too many men in the same spot. Ledford spins in the paint, off the glass, shot no good. Murphy offensive rebound, and he puts it back in. First points of the night for Jack Murphy. Chargers back out in front by 8 with 1:45 to go in the third. Baker doesn't hand it off. He's going to hand it off to Anderson. Instead he keeps it. Now he's trying to drive in. Spins down the right side of the lane. Goes up and under. Shot blocked by Mac Thacker. Ledford up ahead. He goes to Farrar. Missed the shot. Wild shot. Newman pulls down the rebound. And then Farrar commits the foul.
Misses a layup and commits a foul.
Second foul on Farrar. 4th team foul of the half against the Chargers. To tell you a story about why I ran out of ink. So I work in an office, mind you. I show up to broadcast a basketball game knowing I got to keep some stats without an ink pen. So I go down, and the nice principal here, Mr. Grissom at Meigs County, gives me a couple of pens out of his desk, but they're promotional pens. They don't last long. Shot missed by Huckabee, and the rebound goes out of bounds over to the Chargers. So I ran out of ink in the start of the second half of the boys' game. So that's the story behind the ink pen and why I didn't have it, why my pen stopped. I always bring good pens when I bring pens. So James Thacker out front with it. Thacker works his way into the paint to Jack Murphy. Kicks it out Farrar. Now Mac Thacker wide open from three. That one's no good. Chargers are cold from three. And that's going to be a foul on Jordan Ledford. No.
Yeah, Jordan Ledford.
That'll be his fourth.
Chargers are compounding the problem, missing a shot and then committing a foul.
That'll be the fifth team foul this half, and Jordan's going to have no Max coming out. And Jordan come out. Mack and Jordan both leave. So Carden and Garrett King back in there. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Central's up 8. It's gotten sloppy here in the last couple of minutes for both teams. Huckabee out front to Swafford. Over it goes to Brantley Baker. Baker. And that's going to be a moving screen on Boshears.
It had to be.
His second, team's second of the half.
I don't think that kid's transformed from football over to basketball yet. That's twice tonight he's thrown a good block.
Yeah, he leaned into him. If he just lets him go, Baker's coming free.
Yeah, no doubt. He's not a small kid either, so I know I had to hurt.
Boshears had a rebound and a turnover in the first half. Got a turnover here in the second. Chargers going to play for the final shot. 13 seconds left in the quarter. Central up 8. Let's get a good look, James. Now 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. James drives. James, shot is blocked by Newman. 2 seconds, 1 second. Newman puts up a runner, no good. At the end of 3, Chargers 36, Meigs County 28 on 99.5 FM.
When are we going to learn we can't shoot over Newman?
He's only got 5 blocks.
It seems like he had 5 in the first quarter.
He blocked 3 in the first quarter. Where'd Tim go? Is he leaving?
He's leaving right there. Hey, we got to say something about Misty texting me saying she's got a pen. I was going to say, don't worry, Tom, my wife's got one in Etowah. I was going to say, are those promotional pens Farm Bureau? But I didn't know if I'd be going too far.
No, they're not.
You know, now that I've got a desk job, I understand the value of a good pen.
Oh, these are good.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
And cheap. Good and cheap.
Well, here we go, fourth quarter. Chargers with 8-point lead.
Chargers lead Meigs County as we begin the fourth quarter. It's Meigs County basketball. Swafford with it right wing. Right elbow goes to Newman. And trying to get a pass down low, deflected by James Thacker, but Boshears chases it down. Now Swafford with it right wing. He'll work his way to the glass. Bottom of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Jack Murphy. Outlet pass to Darius Carden in the front court. Short baseline jumper for Garrett King over Newman for 2.
There's Garrett King.
Carden to Newman for 2.
Garrett's got that shot down pat.
Newman goes baseline. He misses. Boshears with a rebound. He hits the side of the rim. Newman with the board, and he's going to be fouled on the putback. Another rebound for Newman. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
The Newman kid's a lot to handle down
They've
there.
not been to the line very often tonight at all. Newman 10 points. Clanked that rebound. Clang.
Clank that free throw, you mean?
I mean free throw. What did I say? Rebound?
Rebound.
Well, he did. He clanked the rebound too and hit the bottom of the rim with it.
You still got your mind on ink pens.
I was going to say he's got on the verge of a double-double. Makes the second free throw, 1 of 2 from the line, 11 points. And so it's a 9-point lead now for the Chargers. 7:12 to go in the ball game. James Thacker with the basketball deep on the left wing. Brantley Baker picks him up. Thacker 10 points in the first half. He didn't score in the third quarter. Over it goes to Darius Carden. Carden feeds it down low to Jack Murphy. His shot, no good. Brantley Baker pulls down the rebound. Into front court, Baker. Right corner. Huckabee for three. Missed it. Jack Murphy wants that rebound.
He pulled that rebound down.
He's battling for the boards tonight.
Like he meant it. That's his 5th rebound, 4th on the defensive end.
James Thacker from 15 feet, no good. Brantley Baker with the rebound. 6:36 to go, Central up 9. Baker pulls up, drains the jumper. 12 for Baker. And the Charger lead cut to 7. Central took a 10-point lead of the first bucket of the quarter. Now James Thacker's going to drive off the glass for 2, and he's fouled by Newman. Hello, Newman. 3rd foul on Newman.
Same foul.
3rd team foul for Meigs County of the half. And so Thacker gets the bucket and will go to the line for 1. He's 0 for 1 from the line. Now, made that one. I thought that was going to clank out and it fell through.
That's the first shot this whole entire night, boys and girls, that's rolled and went in that particular goal.
It's weird. So it's a 10-point lead again for the Chargers. Owens with it left wing. Out front it comes to Huckabee. A couple of good-looking freshmen. Brantley Baker with it left wing. Lobs it down low to Newman. He's fouled on the floor. And that's going to put Newman to the line to shoot 1-1 as Jack Murphy commits his first, but it's the team's 7th foul of the half.
Murphy was just a half step late on that help side.
So Newman to the free throw line. He was 1 of 2 his last trip. Makes that one. Second free throw for Newman. That one rattles in. 13 for Newman, 3 of 4 from the line. And Central's lead back down to 8 with 5:55 to go in the ball game. James Thacker puts up a 3. Missed it. Mac Thacker with the offensive board. Mac works his way in. Turnaround jumper. It's no good. And a foul on Jack Murphy on the rebound. Boshears got the board. He's fouled. Murphy commits his second. And Meigs County will walk the length of the court to shoot free throws, and the clock stopped.
Clock stopped, down bait, and dare I say it, Todd, is the dry spell rearing its ugly head.
Let's hope not. Well, they forced a couple of shots. You're up 8. Don't really need to take a no-pass 3. Boshears bricked that one, and rebound pulled down by Mike Thacker.
Now he shot, that was a line drive.
Now Darius Carden with it in front court. Out front to James Thacker. Thacker hands it off to Carden. Over it goes left side Farrar. Left corner Mac Thacker. Mac. Out front Jack Murphy. 3-pointer. Banked it home.
The bank is open.
5 for Jack Murphy.
James Thacker with the assist on that?
Yes. No, Mac Thacker.
Mac Thacker.
Pass down low to Brantley Baker. His shot no good. Newman offensive board puts it in. 15 for Newman. Charger lead back down to 9. 4:56 to go in the ball game. Central with the basketball. Farrar with it out near midcourt. He's guarded by Huckabee. Over it goes to Carden, guarded by Owens. He'll drive on Owens. Whistle, foul on the floor. I believe it's going to be on Owens. It's either Owens or Baker. Baker came out. It's going to be on Owens. His first, team's 4th is what I've got. They got 3rd on the board, though, so we'll say it's 3. And then Carden throws it away. Knocked away by Boshears. Baker drives the other end, scores, and he's fouled. 14 for Baker. He'll go to the line for 1. It's a 7-point lead for the Chargers. Farrar picks up his 3rd foul, team's 9th. So 9-3 is the foul count in the second half. And Baker makes the free throw. 15 for Baker. 44-38 the score. Central down 6.
The last thing we need is 1 pass and a 30-footer.
5 unanswered for Meigs County. Mac Thacker goes baseline. Turns, shoots, scores.
Yeah, good job, Mac. Now we'll take those.
6 for Mac. Central back up by 8. Baker pulls up jumper. Bottom.
James
Baker with 17.
James going to have to come out further and get on him sooner.
Actually, they gave him a 3 on that. So it's 46-41. Was that a three?
Yes, it's a three.
I've got a bar blocking me here where we're broadcasting from. I couldn't see the three-point line there. And we have timeout on the floor, Doug Armstrong. Actually, they put it back to a two. It was not a three.
They put it back to a three.
So 46-40 the score. Back in 30 seconds on 99.5 FM. Welcome back to Decatur, Tennessee. Meigs County High School. Chargers lead cut down to 6. They led by 11 just moments ago. Meigs County's on a 7-2 run currently. Chargers with the basketball. Carden kicks it out front to Mac Thacker. Over it goes to Carden. Now James Thacker left wing. Back out front, Carden. Back to James. Now Mac Thacker between the circles. Fakes. Kicks it back out to his brother James.
Calm down, guys. Calm down. We got the lead.
There's no shot clock.
There's no shot clock. And once again, to quote Coach Hodge, if we have the ball, they can't score.
So Mac Thacker works his way in. Little hook shot. It's no good.
That's a foul.
And Jack Murphy goes over the back. Boshears draws another foul on Jack Murphy. That's his third of the quarter. 10th team foul. So now Boshears will shoot two. 3:15 to go in the ball game. Central up 6.
10-3, the foul count.
And you got a player with 5 block shots in the game. Boshears makes that one, his first point of the night. And that cuts the Charger lead down to 5. Second free throw. Made them both.
Not pretty, but effective.
Yeah, they were kind of flat. 46-42. Chargers 11-point lead, whittled down to 4. 3:07 to go in the ball game. James Thacker gets a pick from Mack. Drives off the glass. It's no good. Huckabee pulls down the rebound. Huckabee into the corner. Oh, it's for 3. That one's no good. Garrett King is the collision on the rebound. King still comes down with it.
How did Garrett not get fouled there?
I don't know. There was contact.
Good job to him for staying with it.
So James Thacker with the basketball front court. James Thacker doesn't use the pick. Gives it up to Darius Carden. Carden feeds it to Mack. Mack turns. He should have gone straight up. He'd have gotten the foul there. Out front to Farrar. Over it goes to Garrett King in the corner for 3. Bottom! Garrett King. Farrar with the assist. Garrett King with his 9th point. Chargers lead back out to 7 with 2:14 to go. Big shot. Baker drives, loses the basketball, loses his feet, turns it over to Darius Carden with a steal. Carden to the glass, fouled, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh,
and a push by Darius Carden.
Here we go.
Technical foul going to be called on Darius Carden, I think.
Yes.
Foul going to be called on Huckabee, his second, team's 4th. Did they call a foul on Carden?
They called a technical on Darius. After Darius was fouled shooting a layup, he turned around
and pushed Newman.
And pushed Newman in the back.
Not smart. Did they call the technical after all?
They signaled. Well, here we go, another discussion.
Okay, now they're talking about it. He still gets his free throws.
He gets his. They should clear the lane.
Well, they're not. They didn't call a technical.
They didn't call a technical.
They didn't call anything.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I can't believe Coach Perkinson's not protesting that.
He could get.
But they blew the whistle and signaled it.
I don't know.
Well, just like the girls' game, it's the last 2 minutes.
Carden misses the first free throw. Now Davis going to come in for Boshears for Meigs County. So Carden misses the first free throw. Missed them both. Newman with the rebound. I've said that a few times tonight.
Yes, you have.
Huckabee in front court with it. 7-point lead for the Chargers. They didn't call anything on Carden. Now Baker, pretty good defense by James Thacker. They're going to call a blocking foul on James Thacker. His first, and that'll put Baker to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He's 1 of 1 from the line tonight. Chargers up 49-42. Baker at the line for 2 with 1:52 to go, makes the first one. That's 18 for Baker. 33 of Meigs County's 43 points by those two. Baker makes them both 19 for Baker. 5-point lead for the Chargers. We have timeout on the floor. Back in 60 seconds, listen to Central High School basketball on 99.5 FM WYGO Sports. 1:52 remaining in the ball game. Chargers up 5 over Meigs County. Darius Carden trying to get it in. Gives it in to James Thacker. Thacker will enter front court. Just throw it around. They can't put us to the line. Just make them commit fouls. So Farrar with it, hands it off to Darius Carden. Carden's going to drive, puts up a shot, and Garrett King goes over the back.
Yep. We don't need that shot. We don't need that.
Didn't need to shoot it. Needed to run some clock. So Garrett King commits the foul over the back, his third. Chargers 12th of the half. 12-4 the foul count second half. And so stepping to the free throw line is Davis. Misses the first one. 1:38 to go, Central up 5. Davis misses the first free throw. Misses them both. James Thacker with a rebound. Thacker will enter front court. Over it goes to Farrar in the corner. And Farrar threw it away, over and back. No. Oh, they say he landed. They say he landed before he got rid of it. Turnover. Bad pass Farrar. And they'll give the ball over to Meigs County. I don't know. Did he get it?
I don't know.
It was close.
It was close.
So Huckabee feeds it into Baker. Baker spins in the paint, fakes, scores.
The Jumbotron's not replaying it, so I can't tell.
21. It's a 3-point lead for the Chargers. Then we have a foul, and it's not 1-1.
They've got 2 more they can commit before they even get there.
That was on Huckabee. That was only the 15th foul, so the Chargers can run some more clock. And James Thacker's fouled. Foul's going to be on Baker. That's his third. Team 6th.
Looks like Meigs is going to go ahead and foul and get them at the line. It's going to be a free throw contest this last minute.
In it comes to James Thacker. James up to Carden. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Carden gets it over to Mac Thacker in the corner.
Get the ball out of the corner. Get out of the corner.
And then a foul on Caleb Newman. They'll put Mac Thacker to the free throw line. His 4th, though, for Newman. 7th team foul. So Mac Thacker to the line to shoot 2. Mac only 6 points tonight, but 2 more right here would be big. Makes the first one. Friend of 1-1 for Mac Thacker is good. They say that's 18 fouls. It can't be, or they'd have been shooting free throws a minute ago.
Correct.
Mac makes them both. Big free throws for Mac Thacker. 8 points for Mac.
But then again, the scorers table's not had a good night.
No, they haven't. Huckabee to Baker. Baker drives off the glass, misses. Davis with a rebound. His putback's no good. Newman with a rebound, and he puts it in.
3 offensive rebounds. No excuse for that.
Time off on the floor. Chargers lead it by 3, 51-48 with 43 seconds left. Back in 30 seconds on 99.5 FM. As Meigs County has battled back from 11 down early in the third quarter to within 3 with 43.4 seconds remaining. Newman just got another offensive board put back. He has 17 points tonight, 11 boards, 5 block shots. So Chargers inbound. Meigs County got to press. Ball's going to come into Farrar. Farrar in backcourt. Up ahead to Mac Thacker. Thacker's now in front court. And that's going to be a foul on Davis. We'll put Mac Thacker back to the free throw line. Second foul on Davis. I've got 8 fouls on Meigs County. They've got 9 on the scoreboard. If they want to put us in the double bonus, then do it. Mac Thacker to the line for 1-1. Makes the first one.
Good job, Mac.
Chargers back up by 4 with 37 seconds to go. Mac has 5 points from the free throw line tonight. Made them both. 10 for Mac Thacker. Central's back up by 5. 35 seconds to go. Huckabee in front court. Now Brantley Baker. And then whistle, blocking foul on Farrar.
And of all the people to foul, Baker.
Farrar came up to help and blocked. His 4th foul. And now Baker back to the line to shoot 2 in the double bonus. And he's 4 for 4 from the line, if I've calculated it correctly. Now Carden going to check in for Ledford. Second free throw, Baker. Missed it. But Newman got the rebound. Newman still with it. Newman misses. Thacker clears the board. He's fouled.
Newman fouled. That's his 4th or 5th.
And Newman's fouled out of the ball game. That's 5.
Big. That's big.
So Newman fouls out, 17 points, 12 rebounds, 7 in the second half. 11 points and 7 rebounds in the second half. Checking in the ball game is Chase Cooley.
Well, they lost a lot of height on that trade out, didn't they?
They sure did, maybe a 3-point shooter. So Thacker makes the free throw. It's 11 for Mac. Both teams in the double bonus, according to the scoreboard, but I don't think it's accurate.
Mac's hit 5 in a row now, correct?
Yep.
And I jinxed.
Missed the second one, way to go. Central leads by 5 with 20 seconds to go. Baker
no foul.
lose the ball out of bounds. I'm going to say it was deflected by the Chargers.
Who tipped it?
It had to be either Mac or James, but I think he just lost it. So Meigs County will keep the basketball. Cooley. In it comes to Baker. Baker, baseline. Off the glass, misses. Thacker pulls down the rebound. And he tried to make a full-court pass. Huckabee tried to steal it but couldn't. Didn't need to do that. So with 7.7 seconds to go, Central up 5. They will inbound from front court, left side. And we have a pushing foul.
An offensive foul.
On the Chargers, away from the ball.
He called Isaiah for a push-off. Isaiah's on the
So it's a 5th foul on a Farrar. He's fouled out. Apparently he pushed to get open, according to the official, and that's going to put them at the free throw line.
He was on the opposite side of the floor.
No, it won't put him on the free throw line. It's a player control foul.
Yeah.
So they give them the basketball at midcourt. Farrar fouls out, and we have timeout on the floor.
Coach Armstrong had to go to midcourt just to get the time.
And there's an official standing for the score. We'll take a break. 7.4 seconds to go. Central up 5, back in 30 seconds on 99.5 FM. Thacker 7 of 8 from the line, but he missed that last one.
I'll take the blame for the last one. I jinxed him.
So Cooley will inbound at midcourt. 7.4 seconds to go. Central is up 5. Meigs County with the basketball.
No need to foul here, guys. No need to foul.
Lob in. Carden stole it. Up ahead to James Thacker. Thacker dunks it. With 2 seconds on the yard mark. And that's the ball game. It ends on a dunk.
Dunk at the buzzard. Don't get any better.
56-49. Chargers win it. It was 36-28 through 3 quarters. It was a 20-21 game in the 4th quarter. Crazy. And Chargers hold on to win it by 7, 56-49 at Meigs County. We'll take a break, come back with your final stats list of Central High School basketball on 99.5 FM.